What's up, YouTube family? I'm back at you like I'm mad at you. But you already know I'm grateful every time you pulling up on me. You know that. This video I want to make real quick before I go up in the gym. And that is, I want this to be like maybe this could be like a guideline for your success. Use it as a measuring stick, as a measuring tool for your success. This is, in fact, the measuring tool for your success, right? And that is the Most High, sovereign power and authority, endorses truth. Simple and plain. The Most High endorses truth. How does this apply to you? What do I mean by truth? Now, let's look at this in many ways. One, first, let's consider what it means that he sent his son, who is proclaimed to be himself to be the truth, right? He sent his son into the world. If you believe in him, you should not perish but have everlasting life. And now, his son has proclaimed to be the truth, the way, and the life. Right? So I want you to think about this in multiple ways, how it applies to your life, in that if you believe in the truth, right? If you invest in what is true, let's say it like that. If you invest in what is true, you shall succeed. So one way is, when we consider the truth, let's look at truth as far as life, right? Life as a whole. Mind you, this will be a measuring stick for your success, a measuring tool, mind you, a measuring tool for your success. Let's look at all of life. When it comes to what is true about all of life, right? Such as, let's just say the Bible says all things are possible. Now, whether that's in the Bible or not, if it is true, if all things are possible, because even impossible spells I'm possible. If all things are possible, then let that be a measuring tool for your success. When we look at all of life and the world around you, we look at different aspects and things that we conclude to be either true or not about life, about the world around us. So let's look at sayings like what goes up must come down. If that is true, if that is so, let that be a measuring tool for your success. Now, if that's not true, then it's not true. Remind you, this video is to remind you that the Most High endorses what is true. So let's look at, when we talk about endorsing what is true, let's look at what is true about you. Some say that they hadn't found true success until they found their purpose. We've heard many people say things like they had to discover their calling. They had to walk in their calling and so forth before they discovered fulfillment, before they reached certain pinnacles of success in their life. When we talk about purpose, right, because we hear this a lot, we talk about purpose and somebody's calling. What does that entail? This is something that it is directive or specifically tied to you. Your calling or your purpose is something that is specifically related to you. And so sometimes people out here in the world, including myself, have scrambled, right? Or we meddled into different things in life, trying to find our way, intending to find our way. Some successes we had and some not so successful. But overall, we all set out to find what fits us, to find out what is fitting for us in our individual lives, right? In our individual selves. And that calling, that purpose, when you find what is true for you, what applies to you, the Most High will endorse it. It is not nothing to think about, to pray about. When it is true for you, it shall be done. So when you think about purpose and calling, you have to just consider what is it that may be true for you. For some people, it's different for others, right? For some, they might have you working with, say, you might be working with the youth. For some women, they might have women working with other women, right? When you find what is true, my point is saying that part, this part is when you find what is true about your calling, about your purpose, it is therefore endorsed by the Most High, sovereign power and authority of the universe. Let's look at things like what is true that you profess, what is true about what it is that you see in yourself. If a man is confident and he says, listen, just say, for example, a basketball player that goes on the court, right? Because when you think of confidence, right? Confidence many times is a fruit of truth. And the man says, I can go and I can be the greatest player in the NBA, right? In basketball, I can go be the greatest player in the NBA. Somebody like Floyd Mayweather go in there and say, I'm gonna be the champion of the world, right? In the ring. If this is true about your individual self, right? When it comes to your individual truth, right? Because there is the truth and there's also your truth. If this is true about your individual self, the Most High endorses it. And it shall be done. If you go forth in your truth, meaning, you know how the world respects authenticity to an extent, even if they don't want to, they have to respect it. That means if a man professes to be a boss, if a man professes to be successful at anything, good at anything, great at anything, whether we like it or not, as a measuring tool, we all respect authenticity. Meaning if someone can stand behind what they profess about themselves, right? If someone can stand behind what they profess about themselves to be true, we respect it. Think about it. I can give you so many examples on that, right? If someone, this is in the streets, this is in any field in life, in the, entertainment industry, and as a matter of fact, you can even see social media as a sort of a, it's been like for years now, social media has been like sort of a courthouse that has been measuring all of the famous, right? All of those who everybody know, measuring their authenticity, right? Like where they've been putting everybody on the stand, calling everybody to court to test or check the authenticity of what they profess to be, whether it's a singer, a rapper, an actor. You notice social media has been that courthouse where you eventually have to show up and prove your truth. Think about it. It doesn't matter what it is. At some point, social media puts you, and that's what a lot of those reality shows and all that had entailed. If you notice, eventually they would pretty much bring everybody around full circle, as in whether they were authentic or not, right? On these shows, they were pretty much, again, social media was pretty much has been exposing flaws of any kind of weaknesses, or almost say just flaws and weaknesses, but more so exposing the attention, it seems to be, has been more so exposing those who are not true, those who are not true to themselves. At the end of the day, no matter what level that was on, in some form or fashion, they have been, social media have been some kind of courthouse for everyone that the world knows to try to see some catch some stutters in their steps, right? Or some, try to find some, what they call that? Try to find some, I forgot the name of it, what they call that, some, try to find some kinks in their armor. If you notice that. But again, if you also notice that when something is or someone is authentic and can stand behind what they proclaim to be true about themselves, we have to respect it. So that is another, just a polarization of when truth is solid, when something is true, the Most High endorses it. So when we talk about what is true about you, if you can stand behind what it is that you profess, what it is that you are so confident about, the Most High will endorse it. That means if you go on a court, like LeBron, like Kobe, like anybody that say, I got this, give me the ball. When he throw that ball up, the Most High is gonna sponsor that shot because what he believes about himself to be, if it is true, sovereign power, authority of the universe will endorse it. If you go in that ring, what you believe about yourself is true, it will be endorsed. You go into any business endeavor, right? Any sector of the world, any industry, if your individual truth, what is individually true? What is true about you individually? Say it that way. Let's say it that way. What is true about you individually? And that the Most High will endorse. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's different levels to truth. When the Son, he sent his Son into the world, did he not endorse his Son? And was his Son not the truth? Right? Was the Son not proclaimed and professed to be the reflection of truth? Right? And he endorsed that Son. He endorsed his Son, right? That's why he told you, ask anything in my Son's name and I'll give it to you. So he's telling, that's another way of saying, family, before I go in this gym. Ask anything in truth. Now, mind you, we'll talk about this another time as far as when I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying the Lord is not so. And this is just about a concept of what is, true and false. No, the Lord, Yeshua and Jesus and that story is so, like that man did exist. That spirit do exist, right? So I don't want y'all to ever get that twisted. But I'm giving y'all the mechanics behind how it works and how it applies to your life. He said, ask anything in his name. Remember, God is not called a man. Remember, we know this on this channel. The Most High does not call you by who you are. Don't give two keys. The Bible said, man, God is no respecter of persons. Right? Person is a root word of personality. There's no respect of who you are. It calls you by what you are. Right? We talked about this. Snake, sheep, lion, calls you by what you are. Beast. Therefore, he said, ask anything in his name. And he said itself in the scripture, I am the way, the truth. Key, that's the key right there. The truth and the life. Because when you talk about the way, family, that is a light. That deals with a light, a beacon, because a beacon is a light that helps you see the way, family. And what is truth? Light. Unless it is hidden. Overall, I want you to know before I let you go, family. Ask anything in his name. In the name of truth, family, you shall be endorsed. In the name of truth, it shall be given to you. You hear what I'm saying? This is why you're looking around the world and you're trying to figure out how some able to do this and some not. How some accomplishing this and some getting this done. And some people rich already and some people going this way and some, because it all, only thing that matters is what is true. The Bible says, wasn't nothing made without it. If it's possible, it's possible. So I'm going to leave you with that, family, as a measuring tool for your success. The Most High endorses what is true, not only about life, but what is true about you. So you say something about yourself, you claim to be something, you claim to be about something, stand on it, and it will be endorsed. And that's in any field in the garden. So I'm going to leave you with this last question, with this one question. What is true about you? What is your truth? That's what I meant to ask. What is your truth? To the next video, family. Peace, positivity, optimism, power, truth, and abundance. Water.